What's up, everybody? It's Magic Prepper, and today we're talking about the Australian facial recognition app that was recently released in South Australia. Now, obviously, the app is for people who want to home quarantine, and it's actually called Home Quarantine SA, which is the name of the app. This is a Orwellian / scary 1984-esque situation because basically what they're doing is they're giving you the lesser of two evils for you to accept the idea that you're going to be spied on and your privacy will no longer exist. And this is exactly what they're doing there. And I'm going to tell you about the app right now, and then we're going to talk about how it's the lesser of two evils and how they're going to sell this kind of concept here in the United States. Trust me, if you think we aren't going to see this at some point, you're probably wrong. Okay, so first and foremost, this is for quarantined Australians who have traveled between different states within Australia and have gone back to South Australia. Now they have to quarantine for 14 days. So what this app does is it checks in periodically, randomly, and wants to know your location as well as, in fact, that it's you. So it uses facial recognition software as well as geolocation services to make sure that you're at the verified address that you're allowed to be at, aka your home. If you're not at your home, you're obviously not allowed to be somewhere else. So these randomized check-ins occur, okay? And if you miss the check-in, you get a phone call. And if you miss the phone call, you get a police visit. And you can kind of see where this is going, okay? The app also has symptom check-ins, which is a daily reminder of where you are in your symptoms and whether or not you need to go get additional testing. It offers information about health and well-being. It offers testing scheduling, and it offers, someone the ability to make sure they know where you are and exactly who you are at any time that they see fit, okay? Now, it has a quarantine countdown clock. So it lets you know when you're allowed to leave your verified address. This sounds really bad, but the reason they're able to push this and sell this idea is because they have something worse already. And the reason that they can make this sound okay is because what would you rather do? Would you rather quarantine in a hotel for 14 days? I guess this means 14 now. And pay for it yourself under police guard and have to be there for the whole 14 days without being home? Or would you rather download this app and be able to have your face scanned and send in your symptoms and make sure that everybody knows exactly your whereabouts as well as your condition, but be at home rather than paying for a hotel for 2 weeks and having to be there under police guard? This is how they're going to accomplish most of their goals. They're going to keep pushing this agenda, and it's always going to be fed to you via the lens of something better than what already exists. So you make something terrible that everybody hates, aka hotel quarantine in Australia, and then you offer up the better solution, which is home quarantine, because who doesn't want to be home? But you have to use facial recognition, you have to have geolocation services shared, and you also have to send your symptoms in daily to make sure everybody knows what's happening. This is where things are moving. This is the future. We're watching the future unfold in Australia. We don't want it here. We don't want to do these things because it's very invasive. But this is what they're going to do. So don't think for a second it won't happen here in the United States. I guarantee you it will. And the other thing I want to say is that this has all been shown to us in the form of science fiction time and time again, right? And we just saw recently last year in that movie Songbird a very similar situation where you're scanning daily and sending in your symptoms, and if you don't follow the restrictions or the guidelines or the check-ins and you don't have the proper conditions, then somebody's going to come check on you and they might decide you have to leave. This is exactly what's happening. Strange how these things seem to culminate in Hollywood first and then magically appear in real life. But that's where we're heading. So let me know in the comments below exactly where you think this is all going. But I mean, this is a real thing. And I tried to download the app and I was not able to because you have to be verified to be able to use it. So then they send you a text message with a link where you have like a unique identifier. So that way they make sure that you're somebody who should have the app. But all in all, it's pretty much straightforward what it says it is. It's going to scan your face, knows it's you. It's going to check your location to know that you're at your verified address where you're supposed to be. And it's going to send random check-ins throughout any time it wants to make sure that you have the chance to respond and let them know that you are being well behaved. And that's exactly what's happening. And here we go.